Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene is not too happy about the fact that the January 6th Select Committee is seeking the cell phone records of several members of Congress, of which Marjorie Taylor Greene is believed to be one of them. We do not have, by the way, the complete list. We do not know exactly which members the committee is trying to get cell phone records for, but we do know that they're trying to get the records of anyone that may have been involved, anyone who spoke at, anyone who helped in the planning of the Stop the Steal rally on January 6th. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is fairly confident that she is in fact a target of this, and she went on Tucker Carlson's show earlier this week and said that if the telecom companies actually comply with the request from this committee, that she is somehow going to shut them down. Here's what she said. If these telecommunications companies, if they go along with this, they will be shut down, and that's a promise. If members of Congress can have their personal cell phone data exposed just to hurt us politically in the next election, then we are going into a dangerous place in this country. No, you see, Marjorie, we went to a dangerous place in this country. That dangerous place was the Capitol on January 6th, where people who support you and your politics and your party stormed the Capitol. That, you see, was the dangerous place. You also do not have the ability or the authority to literally shut down any company in the country, Marjorie. I'm sorry. I know that comes as a shock, but you can't do that. Here's where things get stupider. Turns out Marjorie Taylor Greene is not the only Republican saying they need these records. Kevin McCarthy, House Minority Leader, has also threatened these companies. Said, Republican majority will not forget if they provide the Capitol Riot Commission with the telephone records of GOP lawmakers who may have spoken with former President Donald Trump on the day of January 6th. We will not forget. Cool. What are you going to do? Like, for real, Kevin McCarthy, Marjorie Taylor Greene, honest to God, what are y'all going to do? What are you going to do when these telecom companies don't comply and then they get subpoenaed, meaning they legally have to do it, basically? What are you going to do when they turn these records over? And the answer is nothing. But I'll tell you what they should do is lawyer up. Because if I'm looking at this objectively, to me, this looks like obstruction of justice, right? You're essentially threatening a witness. You're threatening that if somebody goes along with an investigation and provides documents requested via subpoena, that if they go along with that, you're going to, as Marjorie Taylor Greene said, shut them down. Yeah, that's obstruction of justice, very clearly. Now, if this were an actual federal investigation, there's no doubt in my mind that these individuals would likely spark a new investigation into obstruction of justice. But because this is just a simple select committee doing this, probably may not rise to the level of criminality. But it should. Because again, in any other investigation, whether it's a federal investigation, a local investigation, if you were to make the same kind of threat to an individual cooperating with the investigation, you'd be hit with obstruction charges. So I don't understand why it's different here. And also, what the hell are you trying to hide, right? To me, that's the biggest one. Marjorie Taylor Greene knows that this information is not being sought to make her lose her next election. She's in a deep red district. Unless she has a Republican challenger who's further to the right than her, yeah, she's going to win. And that's terrifying, but it's reality. So what are you so afraid of? Kevin McCarthy, what are you afraid of? Not to mention, Kev, let's not forget, buddy, you actually had the opportunity to have your Republicans on the committee, but you decided to basically troll Nancy Pelosi with the selection of Jim Jordan. And so you then got in a hissy fit and withdrew all your people. You could have had one hand on the steering wheel here. You are the reason that didn't happen. You made that decision. I hope the committee gets their hands on all these records. And I hope it helps them with their investigation. I do not want them to release it just to hurt somebody politically. Absolutely not. Let's keep this professional. Because I'm fairly certain that whatever comes out of this investigation should have the effect of doing all the damage to Republicans that needs to be done by doing nothing more than exposing the truth.